Okay, this is gonna be advancement round 2. And I like to put the booty band around my ankles. The lower it is, the harder it's gonna be. And same idea, we're gonna be doing reverse muscle groups. Opposite muscle groups. And as soon as I complete the triceps and biceps, I'm gonna actually keep this band on for my core and then my next strength movement for chest. So you'll see, just follow along with me. All right, so this one is gonna be actually 50 tricep extensions because we're counting 25 band side steps. So that would count as 1. I'm gonna do tricep per movement. So we're gonna be here for a little bit. It's gonna feel good. Make sure you're not leading with your heel. Sorry, don't lead with your toe. Make sure you lead with your heel a little bit more so your feet are always gonna be parallel with one another. All right, so big step, little step, tricep. So that's 1, 2, Okay, that's 25. I might be off by 1 or 2, but it's okay. Biceps. It's hard to do an advancement with biceps, at least as far as including your legs, because the band is there, because you're standing on the band. So even, I thought even a calf raise maybe, but that band might slip out. So what I'm gonna have you do is just get your feet wide, at least as wide as you're able to. And you might need to go lighter in your band on this one because the distance between my feet is a little bit wider. But we're gonna do 25 of these. Regular grip bicep curls. Starting to burn a little bit. Okay, second advancement. This one's tricky. It's gonna be the same idea, except a reverse bicep curl. From the side angle, you don't want your wrist to collapse when you come up. You wanna try and keep your wrists fully straight, all the way up, and then all the way down. You wanna try and keep your elbows in your sides as best as you can. So I'll show you from the side angle, still keeping your feet wide, which is, again, super tricky. Should not feel this in your wrist. It's working your extensors, outer bicep here. All right, here we go. I'm not going full range of motion, I just realized that. Okay. 20, 21, 25. Okay, so still keeping the band on. I'm on core now. So I got my first two opposite muscle groups done. So with the band, I'm just gonna move the band right underneath the knees because the next two things involve the band around the knees. So the first one we're gonna do, knees wide, regular crunches. Goal on this is to do a little bit of a hip posterior pelvic tilt while your knees stay wide, rather than an anterior pelvic tilt where you don't want to fit anything behind your back. You want to kind of tuck that the hips so that lower back's pushed into the ground. And you can't see my head, but oh well, 25 of these. Knees nice and wide. Second one is gonna be a bridge. Hips up, flex your butt as much as you can on each one. 2, 25 of these. 3. Really get the glute flex the top, it stretches the hip flexors. Knees wide. We need 2, we 3. All right. Next one, we're gonna do chest and back. So, I'll angle this out a little bit, still that band. For chest, I'm gonna get you in this position here. We're gonna be in the press position and belly button pulled in. I'm gonna do a squat, top, press. We're gonna do 25 of those. So don't let the knees pass the toes, press, glutes flex the top. 3. When I say knees past the toes, I mean like dramatically, like you don't want your heels to come up off the ground. Like a little bit is okay, like there, but we don't want you out here, if that makes sense. Forgot on a few of mine, but don't forget to flex your butt at the top. Okay, now take that band off. Still doing the compound movement, the advancement is gonna be a lunge to a row for this next one. So we're gonna go 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. At the top of that lunge, then you're gonna go into a row. So this one, same idea, try and shooting for right angles here. You don't want that knee to cross the toe too much. You want to keep the pressure on the back heel, on that left foot. All right, so lunge, row, 25. 25. Switch legs. Should be no pain in the knees. It's a good stretch for that back quad. Really good for that glute, hamstring on the base leg. Try to lead with the elbows back. Get a nice pinch in between those shoulder blades. Two. 25, okay. Next advancement movement. We're gonna do a band pull apart, 25 band pull aparts per balanced leg. If you wanna get a little crazy on this one, I'm not gonna do it right now, but arms are out here, you're gonna go into a back lunge, knee up, band pull apart. So that would be 25 if you want a little extra legs. Just for sake of time, I'm gonna do just a single leg balance, 25 band pull aparts. Three, 24, 25. Okay, switching legs. To make it harder, you just choke your hands up closer. Make it easier, you get your hands wider on here. A slight bend in the knee. You never want your knee locked. And 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, last two core movements and then you're done with this advance round. First one is 25 one-legged bridges. You're gonna feel a lot in the hamstrings. Try to flex your butt as much as you can. This is a good lower back strengthener indirectly, but obviously most people complain about feeling it here. I shouldn't say complain, but remark that they feel it more in the hamstrings. I want you to flex your butt as much as you can. So you can have your opposite leg extended out or here. I like to do it here because it is a little bit of a stretch on that back hip piriformis. So here we go. Flex your butt, nice and tight at the top of that movement. Four, 25. Okay, we got to hit your stomach. We hit the lower back with the prone cobras. and then the bridges, indirectly lower back. Now it's time to do a little oblique. We're gonna do, well, I'll show you two different versions here. I'm just gonna do a regular side plank hip dip. The advancement for that is your feet are on the ground, forearms underneath you, right underneath you. You don't want it to be too far out. It's gonna be too much pressure on your shoulder. My only caution on this is if you feel it more in your shoulder than you do in your side or your hip, then maybe do the modification, or you can use this opposite hand to take some of the pressure off. But on this one, we're just raising our hips up and down for 25. Modification for that, knees are bent. So it's just your knee and your forearm touching the ground, up and down. Another one I really like to do are V-ups or jackknives. So that's the one where you hinge at the hip, straight legs, or a little easier as you bend the knees. So for the side obliques, you can choose which one of those alternatives that you want. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna do side plank with just hip raises for 25. So one. Some people like to lift the arm up, kind of whatever sounds good to you. Man, those never are easy, it seems like. Okay, other side. Last little bit. Okay, that's it for round 2. Wow, it looks like I didn't hit record. Or did I? Let's see.